ओम सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ओम भद्रं कर्णे विष्णुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः पुष्टुवागं सुप्तनिधिः विषयमुदेवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने विमोचव्यापदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। बहिष्प्रज्ञो विभुर्विष्णु विश्व is Virat. It is a Mahavakya. And from the most manifest manner it is given. That is, this Viveka is Vishwaha. He is called Vishwaha. The individual, as an individual, the one who looks at himself as an individual as Viveka. Huh? पहले क्यों नहीं किया? पहले क्यों नहीं किया? अरे yeah. So Vishwa, the one who looks at himself as an individual Viveka, he is told that you are the Virat. You are, if he is the Virat, then definitely he is complete. As a Viveka is complete. And Hiranyagarbha as a Antaprajna stage. Antaprajna means the dreamer. Is indeed Taisar Hiranyagarbha. You are indeed Hiranyagarbha. You are indeed Taisar. And therefore, the Taisar is, then he is complete. If he understands that he is a Taisar, he is complete. Similarly, Ghana Prajnastata Prajna. Ghana Prajna, all the perceptions become indiscernible. They all become one. Ghana Prajna. Ghanatvam means only oneness. Ghanatvam is oneness. Ghana Prajna, Ishvara, Ghana Prajna, Tata Prajna. The individual thinks that even in sleep is enjoyed by me, the individual. He thinks, but it is not enjoyed by the individual. There is no individuality at all. Like Ekayeva Tridas, Ekayeva, in all the three states, there is only one individual, one Atma. Ekayeva Tridas Smritaha, Eka Atma, Tridas Smritaha. Ekatma Pratyaya Sarvatvam is also in this. Ekatma Pratyaya Sarvatvam, Ekayeva Tridas Smritaha. It is not Ekayeva Tridas Smritaha, Ekayeva Chaturdas Smritaha. Chaturdas Smritaha. Ekaya Trida nahi, it is in the waking state, dream state, the deep sleep state from the waking point of view, and the Chaturtham also. In all the four states, the same Atma is there, and therefore it is easy to understand that I am there. In every perception I am there, in every thought I am there. And therefore, there is no problem at all. In this manner, one has to understand that the same me is there in all the perceptions, in all the thoughts, in all the states. The state is one which can be replaced by another state. That is why it's called avastha. An avastha is one which can be replaced by another avastha. Whereas swarupa avastha is not avastha, it is not like one of the states. It is, even though it is associated with the avasthas and therefore it's called avastha, but avastha is not swarupa avastha, it is swarupam. It is swarupam. Avastha means it can be replaced by another avastha. Like the waking can be replaced by the dream, dream can be replaced by the deep sleep state. Deep sleep state is can be replaced by the waking. In this manner, it can be replaced again. What can be replaced is well, the wave can be replaced by the bubble. The bubble can be replaced by the droplet, and therefore it can be again replaced by the breaker. In this manner, it can be replaced. An avastha can be replaced. But whatever can be replaced is an avastha. But Swarupa is not an avastha. Even though Swarupa it is called avastha because it is in association with the majority of the avastha. Because of the majority of the avasthas, it's like a democratic world. In a democracy, the majority rule is always there. You can't give it, you can't forget it. And therefore, in democracy, just as Kshatri Nyaya, Sattvaparna Nyaya. So, it was so pronounced, Saijai, Saijai, Saija Sakaya, Saija Sakaya, Saija Sakaya. Like that, in this manner also, here also Kshatri Nyaya. If there are 10 people going with one person having an umbrella, वो छात वाला छात छतरी वाला को बुला दो. You say छतरी वाला को बुला दो means not that everyone is carrying the छतरी, but then the one who is carrying the छतरी, he is called the छतरी. The majority of them are carrying the छतरी, and but there are not everybody is carrying the छतरी. But everybody is not carrying the छतरी. The majority are carrying the छतरी, and therefore it is called छतरी न्याय. Saptapanni Nyaya. Saptapanni is a tree whose branches have got only 7 leaves. Saptapanni has got 7 leaves. Got 7 leaves, but not that every branch has got, every twig has got 7 leaves, but majority of them has got 7 leaves. And therefore, by majority, here also, the Chaturtham is associated with the 3 limbs, 3 avasthas, and therefore it is also called avastha. The majority of them are avasthas, and therefore it is also called avastha. Otherwise, it is not an avastha. It is Swarupam. By let's go. And then the second one is Dakshinakshimukhe. See, Dakshinakshimukhe Vishwaha. And where is the Veka? The Veka is strongly present on the right side. He is strongly present on the right side. Even the left side, that is a misnomer. That is a chance. By chance, he gets a left hand, lefty. He becomes a lefty. Otherwise, he is always a right-handed person. The majority of them are right-handed. Dakshinakshi Mukhe. And when the Akshi means, the right eye is supposed to be the leading organ. The Akshi is supposed to be the leading organ. That way it's called Netram. Netra organ. Netram organ. Netra means the leader. The leading sense organ is called Netram. And if it is the right eye, then definitely it is the right eye is something is strong. And therefore, the one who is in the right eye, in the waking state, even though it is the right eye, but it means in all the right side he is strong. Dakshinakshi Mukha Vishwaha. Dakshinakshi Mukha means Dakshinakshi Dware Vishwaha. Vishwa is present in the waking state in all the senses. That is what it should be taken. Dakshinakshi Mukhe Vishwaha. Manas Yantastu Tejasaha. The one as present in the thought is called Tejasaha. Manas Yantastu Tejasaha. And therefore, and also Akasheja Hridu Prajnaha. And in the Avyakritam is called Prajnaha. Says the Sushupti I experienced my individuality is there. Prajnaha. Tridha Deya Vyavastha. There are all the three are from the waking point of view. From the waking point of view, you see that it is the waking. From the waking point only, you understand the dream as a dream. From the waking point of view alone, you understand the sleep as a sleep. From the waking point of view alone, you understand the Chaturth Mahasa Chaturth. And therefore, here it is. Vyavastita. Dehe Vyavastita. From the waking point of view, all the three are appreciated. This is the meaning of this verse. Then Vishwa is Stholabhum Nityam. Vishwa is the waker is Stholabhum. This Sthola Avastha. The waking state is considered to be the Sthola Avastha. And he is the Stholabhum. Vishwa, the waker always enjoys the waking objects. Stholabhum Nityam. Stholabhum Nityam. He is always Sada Nityam. Stholabhum Nityam. He is the Nityam. He is also Vishwaha, he is Stholabhum Nityam. He has only continuity. Vishwa has continuity, he is today, tomorrow. Continuity is not eternity. When the eternal comes, he disappears. Vishwa disappears. Therefore, here, or we can say, Sada Bhukte. Sada Bhukte means Nityam Bhukte, Sada Bhukte. Always, he always enjoys the gross objects in order to become full and complete. Because it's always, the waker is always is always seeking fullness, because that happens to be his nature. Therefore, Vishwa is Stolabham Nityam. Tayasa Pravivikta book. And as a dreamer, he enjoys the dreamer, the thoughts. He enjoys the emotions, etc. And therefore, and then even in the dream, he enjoys the objects, but they are all nothing but perceptions. And those perceptions he enjoys. He enjoys the perceptions. But later on, we are going to give the dream objects. An average man thinks the dream is a dream. The dream could be a perception, but the waking is real. He thinks, and therefore, in keeping in view an average man's thinking, it is said that Vishwa, the waker enjoys the stula objects, and the dreamer enjoys the emotions, etc. And the Tajasaha Pravivikta means different. Different means just the thought. Enjoys Ananda Bhuktata. Ananda Bhuktata Prajna. And the Prajna thinks that I'm only Ananda Bhuk. Ananda Bhuk means I enjoy the happiness, enjoy the peace, I enjoy the serenity. In this manner, Prajna thinks. But even though Prajna is not there, it is only the being. There is no Prajna form. Prajna means is an individual, is a sleeper individual. As an individual, I enjoyed all the Trida Bhogam Nimudata. These are the threefold bhogas. The waker enjoys the gross objects, the dreamer enjoys the thoughts, and because the dream objects are also nothing but thoughts, that an average man appreciates. The dream is a dream, the waking is a waking. It says that. The waking is real, it has continuity, whereas the waking has no. Even the sense of continuity is a part of the waking state, and therefore there is no difference between. You can't compare the waking with any other states. Why? Because even continuity is a part of the waking state. That it is continuous. Even the dream looks continuous. In the dream, you don't entertain that thought. And when the dream is on, the dream also appears as that. You don't say that it is temporary, the waking is permanent. In this manner, you don't think. And therefore, dream also is, dream and the waking are one and the same. And therefore, Stolam Tarpayate Vishnu Vishnu. The gross satisfies the gross satisfies the waker. The gross satisfies. Tarpayate means Tarpanam Kurte. Tarpayate. Tarpanam means Santoshayati. Santoshayati. Tarpayate means Toshayati. Vishwam. Vishwa is satisfied by the gross objects. Praviviktam to Taijasam. Whereas the emotions, the thought satisfies the Taijasa. The Taijasam is the one who is the source of all the thoughts. And Ananda Shatata Prajna. Ananda satisfies the Prajna. Ananda satisfies the Prajna. Ananda is not Anandamaya, it is Anandam. He thinks that he is there to enjoy, but he is not there. But whatever he is, Sushupti is nothing but, Chaturtham is nothing but Anandam. Therefore, Ananda Shatata Prajna, Trida Triptamani Murta. These are the threefold satisfaction. These are the threefold satisfaction. Then comes Trishu Dhamasu Yad Bhogyam Bhokta Yascha Prakirtita Veda Dubhayam Yastu Sabunjano Nadipete. Trishu Dhamasu Yad Bhojyam. In all the three states, whatever is Bhojyam, Bhokta Yascha Prakirtita. Bhokta, the individual, Bhokta Yascha Prakirtita. Veda Yadaduvayam, the one who understands, Vayam Yastu, the one who understands them, both of them clearly. This is Bhogyam, this is Bhokta, and Sabunjanopi Adipete. Even though that person enjoys the world, but he is not tainted by anything. Why? Because he understands the Bhogyam, the Bhogyam. The Bhokta is Bhokta. And then Vedayata Dubhayam was Veda Yeda Dubhayam means these two, the Bhokta and Bhogyam. Bhogyam and Bhokta is Bhogyam, Vayam is tu Sabunjano and Lipete. Even though he is enjoying, he is not tainted. Bhokta is different from the Bhogyam. And the Bhokta is the truth of the Bhogyam. And the Bhokta is, all this has to be understood from the Bhashya point of view. The Bhokta is indeed separate from the Bhogyam. Is not parallel, but is unlike the Bhogyam, but is inclusive of the Bhogyam. He is the truth of the Bhogyam. Therefore, and Nandipete, even though he is not tarnished at all, even though he is enjoying, but there is no tarnishment. Prabhavaha Sarvabhavana. The source is indeed, Prabhavaha, the truth is indeed Sarvabhavana. It is the source of all the five elements. Satamiti Vinishchaya. Satam. Anything that the fact alone becomes the source. Satam. Vidyaman Sabhipada. If it is Satam iti, Satam means Sarva Bhavana. Whatever appears to be existent for them, Prabhavaha Vinishchayaha. Iti Vinishchayaha. Anything that looks existent, it looks existent, and for them the source is indeed, there is a source. And anything that appears, the waking appears to be there. Therefore, there is a source in it. Then it has a source. The dream appears to be, therefore it has a source. Therefore, anything that appears to be, it has a source. Prabhavaha sarvabhavana tatamiti vinishchaya. Sarvam janayati pranaha. Pranaha means, here it should be taken avyakritam. Because avyakrita atma is also called prana shabd by the prana. Prana means avyakritam becomes avyakritam. Chetam shoneva prathak. Chetam shon purusha prathak. There are all cheta amshon means chetam means the conscious race. The consciousness, every pratyaya is called conscious ray. Every pratyaya is a conscious ray. As pratyayas prathak, and each pratyaya is different from every other pratyaya. All these pratyayas are created by the source. The source is a conscious being, and that source enjoys. That source is the unmanifest, becomes manifest. The unmanifest, unmanifest becomes manifest, you say, or you can say the unseen becomes seen. You open your eyes and you see whatever you did not see. That is called manifestation. The unseen becomes seen, or the unmanifest becomes manifest. That is called that is what is called the unseen becomes seen, or the unmanifest becomes manifest. You can either say either expression, doesn't matter at all. The unseen becomes seen means the unmanifest becomes manifest. Sarvam janameti. Prana. Prana means the avyakrita. Prana is not that it creates, it has a will. Prana doesn't have the will. It has no choice. The avyakritam has to become manifest. The unmanifest has to become manifest. That is the law. The unmanifest has to become manifest. It doesn't need any law, any will. Only the individuals, the created individuals have got the will. But the will is a part of creation. Therefore, the avyakritam manifests in the form of the creation. And every object is Purusha Chetamshan Purusha Prutak. Purusha Tam Prabhavaha. So the complete being, the fullness, the full being, Purusha means Purnatvat Purusha should be taken here. He is a Purnaha, and that Purna Purushaha is the source of everything. It is taught by the Shastra as the source of everything. It is taught by the Shastra as the source of everything. Otherwise, it is the Nirvisesham cannot be taught. Nirvisesham cannot be taught as Nirvisesham. Nirvisesham can be taught only as as a, as the cause of as the source of everything, as the source of the creation, as the source of the creation. Therefore, Janayati Pranaha Chetamshun Purusha Prutak. Chetamshun means as Pratyaya Rupa. Every object is only Pratyaya Rupam, and therefore Vibhutim Prasvam Tanye Srishti Chintakaha. Vibhutim Prasvam Tanye Manyante Srishti Chintakaha. People are always obsessed with the creation. An average man thinks that it is a creation. Somehow the sanskara is there. Sanskara is that it is all a creation. Nobody accepts it as a perception. Everybody thinks that it is a creation. It's not a creation, it is a perception. Shastra Kalpitam is only creation. When a person asks a question, how can such mountains come from consciousness? How can such rocks come from consciousness? Such solid things come from consciousness. Then we say, then when the Shastra does the Kalpana, that everything is from the objects. Everything has been created. These objects are created by Parameshwara. So Parameshwara is thought of to have a will. And that is also Kalpana. Otherwise, Parameshwara doesn't have a will. Parameshwara is free from the will. And therefore, Parameshwara is free from the will. If Parameshwara has a will also, then he will also suffer like a jiva. Anywhere there is a will, wherever there is a choice, there is suffering. Therefore, choice is not a good thing. Therefore, even though choice looks to be freedom, but ultimately choice creates a problem. Therefore, here it is said, Vibhutim Tvanma Prasam Anya. Vibhuti means it is all different manifestations with the Anya. Some people think that it is Vibhutim. It is the Vividam Bhavati iti Vibhuti. It is indeed Ishvara's Vibhuti. Manyante Srishti Chintaka. Those who Manyante means think. Srishti Chintaka means this. Those who are obsessed with the world as a creation. Those who always think obsessed with the word Srishti. Srishti. This whole world is a Srishti. In this manner, they are obsessed with the creation. And such people, they think that this is all different creations. These different objects are different creations. Vibhutim prasvam manyante srishti chintakaha. Swapna maya sarvapeti srishtiranyer vikalpita. Srishti is considered to be maya kalpitam, like a magic, and it is swapna sarupa, and it is like swapna tulyaha. Iti manyante by others. Some people think that it is some people think it is real. The Virat becomes the various things. Virat appears as the various. Virat becomes various things, and therefore, um, and some people think it is like the dream. It is like the magic, and therefore it is anyaki. Srishtiranyaki vikalpita. Srishti is always thought of by different people in different ways. Srishti, the waking world is thought of by different people in different ways. Ichha matram prabho srishtihi. It is srishtav vinishchitaha. It is some people think that well, Prabhu, the Parameshwara has the will. He has the will srishtiriti, and it is his will born iti. Srishtav vinishchitaha. Some people are very determined. They are very clear. They are very they are very dridhanishchitaha. Srishtam dridhavinishchitaha. They are indeed firm. They are indeed firm to think. They are indeed very clear to think that it is Ishvara is will, has the will, and he created all this universe. And but it is a creation. It is some people think. Kalat prasutim. Some people think that it is The objects are born in time. In time, they are from the time. Manyante kalachantaka. Because they are present, they are born of time, they are present in time. Therefore, the objects are present in time. They are located in time and space. Therefore, we can say they are born in time. They are born of time. Because they are born of time and they are present in time. Iti, some people think. कालात् प्रसूत इच्छा मात्र प्रभो सृष्टि सृष्टो विनिश्चिता कालात् प्रभूतिम प्रसूतिम भूतानां. The elements are born of time. They are made of time. Kala is the upadanam. Iti kalachantakaha. Kalachantakaha means those who are obsessed with the time as the source, as the upadanam. Iti kalachantakaha. Bhogartham srishti anya. What is the srishti for bhogartham? It is only Parameshwara is enjoying. Bhogartham means whether it could be bhogartham for the Ishvara or it can be the bhogartham for the jivas. Bhogartham srishti anya. It is all meant for the objects are meant for enjoyment. They have no other thing. They have no other reason why they should be created. They are meant to be enjoyed. Iti some people think. Srishti anya kridartham iti. Some people think it is all kridartham. It is all Ishvara's krida. Iti krida iti. Cha apare. Apare means that some other people think that it is all for krida. Deva seshaha svabhavayam. This is indeed the Deva svabhava. This is indeed Ishvara svabhava to create the world. Iti svabhavayam aptakamasya kaspura. And this is indeed the svabhava of Ishvara. But actually this is indeed the svabhava of Ishvara. And when everything, the unmanifest becomes manifest. The unmanifest means what? The unmanifest in the Atma. That is called Svabhava. Atma, anything that becomes unmanifest in the Atma has to become manifest in the Atma. Even though we think that the Atma is making the man, is having the will to make the Atma, to make the unmanifest manifest. No. The Atma doesn't make it. The Atma, the unmanifest becomes manifest. The unseen becomes seen. Like when the darkness goes away, everything is in the dark. You don't see that. The unseen they remain. Unseen they remain. And when you see them, they are again, and they are considered to be manifest. That is the nature of the unmanifest to become the manifest. This is why it's called create. Svabhavayam. This is only the svabhava of the unmanifest to become manifest. Svabhavayam. Devasesha Svabhavayam. Atma Aptakama Spruha. A person who is fulfilled, he is complete. How can he have the will? How can he have the desire? How can he have the desire to enjoy? How can he have a desire for satisfaction, etc.? He is Aptakamaha. He is ever full, and therefore the full cannot have any desire, etc. The full cannot have any desire, etc. Aptakama Spruha. And then next comes we have seen the next is seventh mantra. Seventh mantra is very important. It is always said that Atma neti neti iti adeshaha. Atma is always to be understood as neti na idam na idam. Na idam means na idam shariram, na idam the indriya na ete etani indriyani, na etad manaha, na esha buddhihi, naisha buddhihi, naitad antakaranam, naitad deha, naitad shariram iti. One has to think. Etad esha. Neti, naiti. Neti means don't think. It has to be understood like this. Yeah, we understand neti. Yeah, you mean neti? Yeah, neti. The thing neti means if you say neti, you think that you are greatly informed of the Shastra. That is the problem. Neti neti means na idam, na idam. Na iti. Iti iti means idam. Iti means idam. Anything that is not objectifiable is me. Anything that cannot be objectified, that cannot be understood, that is ito vajo nivartante. It is something that that cannot be objectified. And therefore, if it is not there, like when you sleep, how do you sleep? You see only sleep to the body, you sleep to the breath, you sleep to the thought. And the thought and the breath and the body you transcend. You don't become anything. You only transcend something. You only transcend the body. You only transcend the breath. You only transcend the thought. You don't become anything. And because you don't become anything, it is not possible to become anything also. It's not that you merge in Brahman. As there is no merger also, there is no becoming also. There is no merger, there is no becoming. And therefore, you only transcend the body, transcend the breath, transcend the thought. When you transcend the thought, then you are complete. Why? Because you are freedom from the incompleteness. Freedom from the body is freedom from the complete. Freedom from the incomplete. The body is only makes you incomplete. Identification with the limited makes you limited, and that limited body is transcended. The thought is transcended. The breath is transcended. When the body is transcended, the breath is also transcended. The thought is also transcended. Everything is transcended. All the three are transcended. Even though it is mentioned one after another, all the three are mentioned. All the three are transcended. But when you transcend the one, you have transcended all the three. But then it has to be mentioned actually what is transcended. Only the body is na I am Atma and na I am Atma. What is this? Na pranaha, na manaha, na shariram. It is Shubhra. It is clean. It is clean from thought. It is clean of the body. It is clear of the body. It is clear of the thought. It is clear of the senses also. It's clear of the thought. It's clear of the breath. It's clear of the body. That is what Subhra. Subhra means does not mean moral purity or any other physical purity. It is means freedom from. That is what is called purity. Purity means freedom from. And therefore, the Atma is indeed, it is free from, when you, like in sleep, you only follow you sleep, the pattern of sleep is always in the form of neti neti. You only transcend the body. You are free from the body. You are free from the breath. You are free from the thought. Similarly, in Jnana also, what should you do? I am not the body. I have to discern between, deliberately I have to discern between the self consciousness and the body. I have to discern between consciousness and the body, consciousness and the breath, and consciousness and the thought. And I have to understand that the Atma is unlike all of them, but is inclusive of all of them. This is what is to be understood. And therefore, it is said, and therefore the pattern of sleep is always niti. Therefore, the pattern of sleep also is niti. That is swabhavikam. This has to be done deliberately. This is swabhavikam. Swabhavikam means sleep is something that is swabhavikam. In ignorance, it happens so. But even if it happens in ignorance, pattern that is to be followed, that is followed in sushupti also is neti. Because you become full. You don't become full, you become unbody. You become free from the embodiment. You become only free from the embodiment. You become free from the thought. You become free from the breath. You don't become something. You only even transcending is not a becoming place. You don't become the Brahman. You are already Brahman, and therefore you only become free from limitation, the limited body, etc. Therefore, it is said, na anta prajnam. You are not the dreamer. You are not the dreamer. You are not a dreaming individual. Na bahish prajnam. You are not You are not the waking individual also. Na Ubhayata Prajnam. Sometimes you are waking, you are sleeping. Ubhayata means both combined. Sometimes you are dreaming, you are waking, and you are also dreaming at the same time. And you are waking. Ubhayata Prajnam means you are not as an individual that is experiencing both the states together. You are now Ubhayata Prajnam Ubhayata means both. So now Ubhayata Prajnam. You are not an individual. It's experience now waking, now deep sleep state without any gap. That is what is called now Veda Prajnam. Na Prajnana Ghanam. You are not a sleeping individual. Na Prajnam. Na Prajnam. Na Prajnam means you are not a conscious individual. You are not an individual. You are not a conscious individual. And therefore, na Prajnam. You are none or a few unconscious individual. You are neither a conscious individual or unconscious individual. You are not an individual at all. You are not a jiva. You are indeed Brahmavastu. Therefore, adrishtam. Adrishtam means you cannot be. It is not seen. It is not seen. Adrishtam means it's not seen. Unobjectifiable. It is not seen. Adrishtam. Abhivaharyam. Abhivaharyam means it's not something that can you enter in, that you can interact with. It is not something that you can interact with. Avyavaharyam. Vyavaharyam means the sense of it involves sense of reality. That's why you do vyavahara with it. It is not something you can't like it, you can't dislike it, you can't sell it, you can't buy it, you can't know it, you can't understand it. It is something that cannot be objectified. That it cannot be objectified itself shows that it is abhyavaharyam. Abhyavaharyam, adrishtam abhyavaharyam, uh, and also avyavaharyam, adrishtam avyavaharyam, agrahyam. Agrahyam means it is something that you cannot grasp. Nirvisesha is nirvisesha. It's not something you cannot. It cannot be grasped, but you can be it. You can be it. It is only being it. That is what is called knowing. Being it is what is called knowing it. Not you don't have to objectify and know it. It is not something that can be known. And Nirvisesham cannot be known. Nirvisesham is only kalpitam by the Shastra as the Srishtikarta, as the Upadana Karanam of the entire Shastra, entire university. It is only kalpitam by the Shastra. Alakshanam. Alakshanam means there is no lakshanam by which you can make an inference. Alakshanam. There are no lakshanas, neither Tatastha lakshanam or Swarupa lakshanam. These lakshanas are also not there. The Nirvisesham cannot have any lakshanas. Nirvisesham cannot have any lakshanas. And therefore, Achintyam cannot be thought of. Achintyam, Avyapadesham, it cannot be described also. Ekatma Pratyaya Saram. And it is the same Atma is there in all the states. Ekatma Pratyaya Saram. Saram means Pramanam. It is considered to be Ekatma Pratyaya, that the same self is there in all of them. In everywhere, it is all pervasive. If an object is not in the Atma, then how, in whose light it is known? In whose light it is known? That is the thing. It's not in the physical light. Physical light itself, you can see the sun can't see you. The sun can't, sun is inert. And therefore the physical light cannot see you. The physical light cannot, it is not in the physical light you see it. It is in your own light. The physical light is seen by you, and what is seen in the physical, or what you think that you see in the physical light is also seen by you, the conscious being. And therefore, you see both the physical light and what is illumined by the physical light also. You see them both in the conscious light only. Therefore, you see the sun, but the sun can't see you. Sun is inert. And therefore, here it is said, Alakshanam, Achintyama, Avyapadesham. It cannot be described. Ekatma Pratyaya Ekatma, the same self is there in everything. Everything, these things, to unfold it, as Swami Sakshatkananda said, to unfold it, it takes a long time. It takes a month. It takes a month or it may take. And when I was well, the Agam Prakaranam itself, it became this big. Agam Prakaranam became this big. When I was well, I was able to describe all these things well, better. But now I can't talk. And therefore, I have become helpless in the sense I have become a kind of handicapped. My my whole teaching my whole delivery has become less, and therefore my class results also are less, and therefore, here it is said, Ekatma Pratyaya Saram, Prapanchokshamu. And therefore, when you know that you are indeed the Prapanch, you are indeed the truth of everything, that the objectness will disappear. And therefore, Prapancha also, objectness disappears. If everything is yourself, then only you are there. Things are not there. Things as things are not there. Things as things are not there. Things as things, if they are there also, you see them, but you know that they are there. They are yourself. They are seen by the senses, but then they are understood by the mind. By the you are able to understand that you are the truth of them, and therefore, Panchopashamam, Shantam, it is serenity, Shantam, Shivam. What we call Shiva is none other than this serenity. The serenity is peaceful. Shiva is peaceful. And therefore, don't think that Shiva has been made, the Murti has been always made peacefully meditating, being himself, being the truth, being the truth. And therefore, Egatma Pratyaya Saram Prapancha Shantam Shivam Advaita. It is indeed non-dual. It is Chaturtham Manyante. It is considered to be, by some people think that it is the Chaturtham, but it is not the Chaturtham. It is the truth of the three. It is the truth of the Jagrat. Jagrat is only a distortion of the Atma, and the dream is a distortion of the Atma. And Sushupti as a state, Jagradrishti is a distortion of the thought, is a distortion of Atma. But Chaturtha is indeed yourself. Chaturtha is indeed yourself. Chaturtha means the truth. Chaturtha, iti manyan Chaturtha is the fourth iti. Some people think that it is Chaturtham, but it is not Chaturtham. It is the truth of the three. And therefore, Chaturtham manyante sa atma sa vijnayaha. That is the self that needs to be understood. Vijnayaha means that needs to be understood. And therefore, all these things, a lot of things need to be elaborated upon, but I am not able to elaborate. And therefore, you have to forgive me. Whatever is done, you are following it. I am giving the first information about the truth. The first information is you are the truth. You are being the truth, please understand. You are being the truth. You think that you are an individual. You are not a Vyakti. You are not an individual. You are indeed Paramatma. It is the Paramatma that thinks. Swayam sadrishta sasrishtva sayevanu pravishat. Swayam sasrishtva sayeva anupravishat. Having created the eyes, the Atma enters the Swarupena. Having entered the eye, it enters it looks as though limited. It enters the eyes, it enters the ears, it enters the senses, it enters the thought. It's like saying, the pot maker having made the pot, he put some space in it. But he doesn't put any space in it. It is in the space, everything is made. In the same manner, Sasrishtva, Sarvasayevan Pravishta means Sasrishtva Sayevan Pravishta means he created it in himself. Just as the pot maker makes everything in space, here also he creates everything in himself. In himself, he is the material. Therefore, within the material karanam, he creates everything. Therefore, having created, he himself occupies the body, he himself occupies the senses, himself occupies the mind and intellect, etc. And therefore, and the Sarupena, Swarupena means he doesn't lose any Swarupa. That actuality he keeps intact, and then he looks limited, like a juggler, like a juggler, like a jadoo, like a magician. How he remains, how I don't consider it as magicians. We don't have magicians. He's not magician. Also does it through his will, but that's not the right example. The right example is the dream. Just the right example is the dream. The right example is the dream, please. Just as you find yourself as surrounded by the dream objects. In the same manner here also, the waking also you find yourself surrounded by a waking universe. Just as you are surrounded by the dream object, you are surrounded by the dream waking objects also. And therefore, you are only being the truth, and that is what is important to understand. Consider you are not an individual. You are not a you are not an individual. You are only serenity of the being. Serenity of the being is the being. Serenity of the being is the being. Like the sounds are created out of silence. Silence is created out of sound. All sounds are created in silence. The presupposing factor is only silence. Presupposing the silence is the sound. Otherwise, how do you create? How do you know the sound? Unless you are silent. Unless you are silent, you cannot know the sound. Unless you are formless, you cannot know the form. Unless you are taste free, you cannot know the taste. Unless you are touch free, you cannot know the touch. Unless you are free from anything that you are objectified, you are free from it. You are not qualified by it. Eti, and therefore that Atma has to be understood. And the more of it we will see in the next class. Thank you. पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you very much. I'm so happy that you're all coming to the class G. Please take it as only first information. But in order to then you have to listen to more people, and then you have to more acharyas. Anybody who is traditional has to be understood. This is also traditional, but then I'm not well. Therefore, I'm talking like this. But when you are well, it is a different thing. And the others also have they don't have the same problem. Therefore, you can hear any number of acharyas, any number of teachers, but they all should have tradition. Sampradaya should be there. A traditional teacher, you can hear Swamiji's students, anybody, any number of them. You can don't think that he is my guru, he is not my guru. Everybody is your teacher. You can learn from anybody. Therefore, don't distinguish between teacher and teacher, the person and the person, because this person knows, this person doesn't know. That is also not your problem, not your job. You have to only understand the truth. Don't comment upon the people. Okay? Thank you very much. Ji. Thank you very much. We'll see you in the next evening.